All right, hi, I'm Brian, the service manager here at Ahearn, and I'd like to talk to you guys about Engcon. We have an EC209 here that we installed on a KX080. We've taken it a step further than what most Engcons are out there. We added track control, and we kind of do our own little additional things to all of our machines as we build them. Going from how we do the lines here, we add exhaust clamps that we add onto the dog bones here so that you don't have to worry about your lines being chafed or anything. Typically, where an Engcon would install a solid bracket, we make it so it's movable. Reason being, our lines are shorter, and so it allows better movement within it. Going all the way down through the Engcon here, because we build everything in-house, we know this product. We know how to take it apart, we know how to rebuild it. We diagnose them on the road, everything. The cassettes here we put on ourselves, from the grapples, all the attachments, any attachment that is put on your machine before it leaves, we literally try it on the machine, make sure that it works, make sure everything is operating fully functional. Going up the machine here, this is an actual EC oil system, so that means that this is a quick coupler, so that means you'd never have to leave the cab for this machine. Everything to unlock both your tilt rotator and the quick coupler up here, everything is done within the cab. You never actually have to leave the cab. The only way you would ever have to leave the cab is if you had another attachment that would actually plug into your auxiliary ports on the side over here. That would be more if you had a grapple that was not EC oil or anything like that. This grapple here is actually EC oil, so everything flows right through your tilt rotator and hooks up nicely. Going on from there, everything that you see here lines-wise, electrical, everything is added by us through the Engcon kits that you purchase when you purchase this machine. We tie it up extra nice, tie it right into the lines right there. All of your safety equipment, your safety light for when the bucket is disconnected up there on your boom is always accessible so that the customer can see it because it is a blinking light. That way you know that any attachment is not locked. Coming onto this machine farther, this machine, as you'd put it right into the Cadillac version of Engcons. This machine we took the rubber tracks off of and we added steel tracks to it. With the steel tracks, it widens out the machine so the stability is better with the amount of attachment that Engcon puts on the side. By putting the steel tracks on here, we also do blade extensions. That way your blade is right in line with your tracks. This machine also has a counterweight in the back to offset the attachment that is on here. As your hydraulic lines and everything are coming down your boom and into your machine here, everything is tied up nice to make it look just like it was stock. And then all of your wiring and everything comes into the machine. We come into the cab of the machine itself. Within this cab is all of your controls for Engcon. Both joysticks are removed, and an Engcon joystick is put in its place on both sides. The big thing to remember with Engcon is Engcon is controlled with pulse width management. What that is Kubota does not know that Engcon is on it. It is tricked through electronic signal. That way the joysticks are here, Engcon operates its own way, Engcon controls itself completely separate from Kubota, and Kubota doesn't even know it exists. You have your handheld control here. This is for unlocking your quick coupler and unlocking your tilt rotator at the same time. You just slide it up or down depending on which side you want to be on. Upside is the EC oil for the quick coupler. Your down is your tilt rotator. It's as simple as just pressing one button, holding it, the attachment unlocks, you can take it right off. When it comes to the wiring of the machine, because it is pulse width, you have cards. These cards have a green and red light on them. Each card is for each joystick. What we do is we position it so that anybody that operates this machine that doesn't even know they exist, the cards are easily accessible on the left side for the left joystick or on the right side for the right joystick. If you were ever to find a fault on your Engcon, one of our first questions is going to be, hey, those cards, is it green or red? The reason why we're asking that is if you tell us that you have a red light on your left joystick and a green light on your right joystick, that means that your fault is on your left joystick. It's just cut and dry, very easy. We already know exactly where we're going to go to with that machine. You also would have the cabin module, which we mount on the side over here on this machine. Some machines they're in the back. A fault code will actually come up on your cabin module and tell you what's going on so that we know what's going on with your machine before we're even there. It's a key feature that we love about these. All the wiring and everything when is tucked behind the seat, or everything is actually underneath the floor here, from your hoses, everything. Going to the back of the machine, it's kind of hard to see, but right back here is an accumulator. This accumulator is just for your quick coupler. So we tie this in, we tuck it in nice and back. It's far enough away from your exhaust system so it doesn't have to worry about anything, and we steal pump pressure off your quick coupler. And we steal both P1 and P2. Doing that allows us to have constant pressure for your quick coupler no matter what is going on. On the smaller machines, as we set this up, we either actually put the accumulator over by the valve body, or in some machines like KX040s, we've actually tucked them underneath the house. That way they're protected and safe so they don't get damaged. Moving on from here, we'll go to what this machine is special for. So what we do here is we add track control to a lot of our machines. This is a custom bracket that we make here in-house so that your track control system is all in one piece, all nice and clean, easy, accessible. What this does is this allows you to operate the machine from the joysticks. It allows you to go forward and back with one roller, and it allows you to turn right and left with one roller. It's as easy as just hitting the on switch inside the cab, and now your hands control everything. The pedals are still live while that is going on, so you do still have both options, but I find myself, once an Engcon's complete, my feet do nothing now. I literally control everything from the joysticks. We've had a lot of customers say that it's great for curb work, great for trenching, even just quick movements on and off. All right, so from initial startup on this machine, we'll put our safety lever down. We'll activate the hydraulics in the cab, and then from there we have full control to do whatever we would like with this machine. We have it set up on all of our machines where your tilt side to side is on your right joystick, top roller. We have it to where it's true to you when you're in the cab, so right is right, left is left when you're looking at the machine. Your left top roller will spin the tilt rotator. Same thing, we have right going right, left going left. On this machine, because it has a grapple, there are what's considered extras on the machine, extra 1 and extra 2. Extra 1 would be the grapple itself, open and close. Extra 2 is that cassette, which most people use as a pipe grabber. I've also seen it be used to grab onto chain to move things. And if you guys watch Engcon at all on YouTube, you'll actually see people grab glasses with this and pour drinks. Currently, I'm not at that level. I don't know if I'll ever be. Going on with the machine for movement, because of this design, the tilt function is actually a 45-degree movement side to side. The spin obviously is 360 degrees and then some. I actually love this because as we're moving the attachments, I can move this around. Say I wanted to grab a tree or something and it's on an angle. I can actually tilt the bucket, whether I want to come back towards me to grab something or I want to go away from me. And then you can spin the attachment to grab what you want as you're going through. Pick up anything that you want and then move it exactly where you want it to be. I know we talked about track control before. This is the actual button here in the cab. Looks like a little excavator with arrows backwards and forwards. Literally, you hit that switch, the light turns red. That makes your joysticks live. With them being live, we can set it up to however the customer wants. We're pretty standard, so it's always the bottom 2 rollers on the back side of the joysticks here. We have this one set up where turning right is on your right joystick, right is right, left is left. And then we have forward and back, which we have it on your left joystick for this machine. And we have it goes either way. So backwards right now is to going to the left, and forward is going to the right. Because of having the program that we have with Engcon that customers can also download themselves, it's readily available on the internet site. Anything that I do on your machine here, or anything we do here with your machine here at Ahearn, you can also do yourself. You can download the program yourself. You can change where the controllers go. You can invert the rollers, so maybe you don't want your thing spinning true right. You want it spinning an opposite way that you do. You have the option to change that yourself. What I recommend is it's the same thing we do here. Any Engcon we build, we take your program and we download it to our system so that we always have a copy of your Engcon's program. So if you were ever to go in there and say, for whatever reason, you decided you want to change something, but you don't remember how to change it back, we have the program for you guys. We can come out there and we can re-download the program for you. Take it a step further. Whenever you get an Engcon and you buy the program to mess with it, download it to your computer. That way, if you want to play with this anytime, you don't have to worry about knowing where you came from. You can always re-download the program. I'll do a video on how to do that later on. I have no problem helping anybody with that as long as everyone here in the building. It's very easy to do. Currently, they use an Android program as well for Bluetooth. iPhone has not been able to allow Engcon to use their program yet. So unfortunately, what I've seen a lot of people do that have iPhones is they'll literally buy an Android tablet so that they can go into their machine, and that's how you can select tooling. Whether you have a grapple on, a grading bucket, a digging bucket, you can actually mess with how your settings are in the Engcon program and pick which tool you're on as you're going. I've seen guys literally take tablets and mount it to the side here so that it's just Bluetooth connected, and they just pick whatever tool they're on, and it's easy on the fly. You can also use it for diagnosing within it. I can make a video on that as well. Currently I'm an iPhone user, but I'll get an Android so we can do it with it.